Hello folks, I'm back for another installment in my Pop-Tart Toaster Pastry taste testing video series. And for this video, we are going to taste test the strawberry flavor, or frosted strawberry, as some companies might call it. And this is the third one I've done. I've done brown sugar cinnamon before, and I've done chocolate fudge. And in those videos, I found that I like the off-brand brown sugar cinnamon, but then I liked the name brand chocolate fudge Pop-Tart. So I don't know what we're gonna get this time, but I'm excited to try the different variety. First, what I like to do is do a little comparison of the packaging, the boxes, the foil, and a visual presentation of the pastries themselves. So first, we'll just start off with the boxes, and you've got your Millville toaster tarts here from Aldi. I do not have the Kroger box for the strawberry because it came in a variety pack, but it looks similar to this. And then you have your frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts. And if we look at the foil packaging, it's pretty interesting. You've got this in my left hand here, which might appear in my right hand. Anyways, this one right here is the Aldi toaster tarts, and this one over here is the Kroger toaster treats. And there's the packages look the same, but there's a slight difference. The Aldi is a little bit brighter, a little bit bolder on the lettering, and then the Kroger is a little bit thinner and a less bright red. And then we have the name brand foil, which is just your classic Pop-Tart foil, but you can't really tell what's inside of it. So if we move on to the boxes and the nutrition facts, our Pop-Tarts have 370 calories, while our toaster treats have 350 calories. And I don't have the Kroger frosted toaster treats, but it has the same as the Millville, Aldi Millville toaster tarts. As I discussed, the Kroger and the Aldi have the same ingredients. They have the same nutrition facts. The packaging is very similar. The boxes look exactly the same with different visuals on them. So I've concluded that the Aldi and the Kroger are made in the same factory. Moving on to the visual inspection of the toaster pastries themselves, we're going to start with the Aldi here, the Aldi toaster tart and the Kroger toaster treats. And what I am struck by is that for the first time, we actually have some visual differences in the Aldi versus the Kroger. If you can see, the Aldi has these sort of yellow and red sprinkles, where the Kroger has red and green sprinkles. That's very different. You have different frosting coverage and sort of hole arrangement as well. You got better frosting coverage here in the Kroger on my right hand, and on my left hand, the Aldi Millville, just little short on the frosting coverage. Now, if we bring in the name brand strawberry, you'll actually see that it's more similar to the Kroger in terms of the color of the sprinkles and the frosting coverage. The holes are a little bit bigger. You got some frosting bursting out of the holes in that Pop-Tart brand. And then if we switch it over to compare with the Millville Aldi, you definitely see a big visual difference, different colored sprinkles. You got different density and size of the holes. Now moving on to the bottom, you'll see that we have the similar chevron pattern on the Kroger and the Aldi here. So that's similar, which kind of makes me think they're made in the same factory, but I don't know, because we've got different frosting styles on the Miller versus the Kroger and the Aldi Millville. And then if we compare the bottom of the Pop-Tart brand, it doesn't have those little chevrons. So just once more, let's bring them all three up at the same time before I start the taste test. And you've got the Aldi on my left, the Pop-Tart in the middle, and the Kroger toaster treat on the right. Now it's time for what we are all here for, and that is the taste test. And what I like to do is start with the off-brands first and then come in last with the Pop-Tart flavor, so I can really compare that name brand taste with the off-brand taste. We'll start with my left hand, per usual, with the Aldi Millville toaster tart. Let's take a bite. Okay. All right. Good amount of frosting in the middle. The frosting on top, the exterior frosting, a little hard. Might just be because it's been on my shelf for a bit. So A little hard, good frosting on the inside for the Aldi brand. Let's move on to the Kroger Toaster Treats flavor here now. Okay, well, softer frosting on top, but on the inside, you just don't have the same amount of frosting as I do in the Aldi brand. So, yeah, I would say I like the exterior of the Kroger better, but I like the gooey interior of the Aldi Millville more so than the Kroger at the moment. So, yeah, definitely some differences between the Aldi Millville and the Kroger, which I really have not experienced much before so far in my taste test. And now let's move on to the name brand Pop-Tart here. See how this is. Good structure, good consistency. I feel like pretty even taste, flavor. Soft frosting on the exterior, the white frosting. I'd say the frosting coverage on the interior a little better than the Kroger, but at the end of the day, the Aldi Millville, I think, has the best interior flavor. So, really, really hard choice between the two. I feel like there really isn't a clear standout for the first time in my taste test trials. The Aldi Millville brand had really good gooey interior red frosting. You can see it just looks a little bit thicker than the other two, but I really liked the softness and the consistency of the exterior frosting, and just the color scheme of these red and green sprinkles compared to the red and yellow of the Aldi. So a little bit, it's kind of, I can't really pick one brand as I have been able to do in the other videos where there was a clear winner. So it's pretty even altogether. I'm happy with everything that I got with each toaster pastry. Probably because of the exterior frosting and the better presentation of the Kroger and the name brand, I'd go with one of those over the Aldi. I just feel like it's got a little bit better of a look to it. You know, when you're eating these, you want something that catches your eye, and I feel like the name brand Pop-Tart in the Kroger does. So I'll probably get one of those, but the Aldi, still a pretty good taste in the Aldi brand Pop-Tart. So that is my conclusion. Thanks for watching, folks. Another video in my Pop-Tart toaster pastry taste comparison. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do another one of these because it's hard to find the same flavor of 3 different brands. I was only able to find brown sugar cinnamon, chocolate fudge, and frosted strawberry. I'm gonna be on the lookout for something like s'mores, cookies and cream. I don't know. Maybe a different blueberry fruit flavor. I don't know. We'll see what pops up. But for now, I was happy to do another video of the frosted strawberry toaster pastry variety, and I hope to see you again with my other videos, mostly focusing on backpacks and whatever else I come up with. See you later, folks.